Hello, friends, and welcome back to Untethering Shame. I'm your host, Kyira, and today we're digging into a topic I see again and again with my clients, in my community, and honestly, in my own life. You set a goal, you tell people about it, you even start making progress, but somewhere along the way, something shifts. You feel it in your gut. This goal no longer fits. Maybe it never really did. But instead of letting it go, you dig in, you double down. You tell yourself, I have to finish what I started. I can't be someone who gives up. Or what will people think? Today, I want to challenge the story that walking away is a sign of failure, and instead invite you to a space of radical acceptance and self-alignment. Because most of the time, when we stay in the things just to prove a point, we aren't honoring our growth. We're staying loyal to an old version of ourselves out of fear, not truth. Now, before we dive in, I want to tell you all about a new segment on my podcast, the Ask Me Anything segment. Dropping every Monday, I am answering your questions about anything and everything that you are struggling with, always wanted to talk about, and you're looking for some insight on. So be sure to check the link out in the show notes below and tune in next Monday for our next AMA episode. Okay, I want to start with a lie that we've all been told. Quitting means you're weak. Changing your mind means you never believed in it to begin with. And of course, if you stop, it's obviously because you couldn't handle it. But what if none of these things are true? What if the real strength lies in walking away when something no longer fits? Not because we're incapable, but because we're finally paying attention. I hear this a lot from high achievers, perfectionists, and people pleasers. We pick up goals, career ambitions, creative projects, degrees, commitments, relationships, and feel this burning need to see them through. But often those goals were never ours to begin with. Or they were at one point, but that version of us who set them isn't the version of us standing here today. Yet instead of honoring the change, we push through. Why? Because shame creeps in. Shame says, you're flaky. Shame says, you're a failure. Shame says, people will think less of you. So instead of releasing what no longer serves us, we wear the armor of grit. We try to outwork our discomfort, prove our worth, and muscle through something that is no longer aligned because shame's convinced us the only acceptable reason to stop is failure. But here's the truth. Doing something that doesn't align with your values, goals, or identity isn't noble. It's self-betrayal. When we operate out of obligation, fear, or performance, we perpetuate the very cycle we're trying to escape. The cycle of shame, burnout, and disconnection. So I want to invite you into a reframe. When something no longer fits, it's not because you couldn't do it. It's because you've grown. You've become more aware. You've reconnected with your values. And that shift, that's not failure. That's wisdom. This is the heart of radical acceptance, meeting yourself exactly where you are without judgment and choosing to act from that place. It means saying, I can love and honor who I was when I made that goal and still let it go. I can recognize that that goal served a purpose and I still outgrew it. I can walk away not because I'm giving up, but because I'm coming home to myself. And here's the really important part. Radical acceptance doesn't mean you never feel doubt, grief, or fear. It means you don't let those things dictate your actions. So ask yourself, am I staying the course because I want to or because I feel like I have to? Whose voice is in my head when I think about letting go? What would it feel like to honor my inner knowing, even if it disappoints others? What would it look like to release something with love instead of shame? You don't have to prove your worth through completion. You don't owe the world an explanation for your growth. You're allowed to pivot, to change, to let go. Because the truth is, the most powerful statement you can make is this: I'm not walking away because I couldn't do it. I'm walking away because it no longer serves who I'm becoming. If this episode resonated with you, I'd love to hear what came up. What are you carrying that you're ready to release? Leave a comment below or send me an email, and let's keep building this space of truth and alignment together. Now, if you're ready for more tools, stories, and support in untethering shame and living in your truth, don't forget to check out the link in the show notes below to join the AR Insider List. You'll get weekly emails full of insight, skills, and special perks just for subscribers. Thank you so much again for sharing your time and heart with me today. And as always, remember, you have the right to author your own story. So let's go get that pen back. I'll see you next time.